Hey guys, how's it going? It's Pierre from SalomonFirearms Training. I want to welcome you guys to our first episode of SFT's Safely Honest Gun Show, Guns, Politics, and Quality of Life. So this is the only thread and post where we're going to be talking about controversial stuff. The other things we're going to stick to training and focus on that. I decided to create this segment in our company because I think it's really important. I think that guns don't exist on our own. So if we are going to be talking about guns and training and all that stuff, that is tied into politics, that is tied into quality of life issues, and all these things that are combined, they're interconnected. So we really can't talk about one without talking about the other. So the first episode that we're going to be talking about is really spontaneous. I wanted to start this off on a different foot, but given my last couple of Facebook posts, I feel like it's important for me to talk about that right now. So one of the things that I want to talk about in the gun community is this racial divide between white Americans and black Americans who can agree on guns, but they don't really agree on anything else. And I kind of feel like I'm in this position, given that, I'm an immigrant, I'm a black guy, I'm a self-made entrepreneur, I'm a veteran, and I own my own firearm training company. So I'm really tied into a lot of different segments of life and society. So I get to see things in a lot of different ways. And for a long time, I identified as a Democrat. Growing up, most of my life, I identified as a Democrat until probably about the last 5 years, I switched over into an independent. Because there are things that I like from the Democrat side, and there are things that I like from the Republican side, but I cannot honestly identify with either party because both parties have a lot of shit. So which is why I identify as an independent, because I can pick and choose what I like and don't like. And I don't believe that you have to take this entire shit to go along with it. And I feel like that's the issue that we live in society, is that, you can't, there's basically like two political parties running this country, and you have to pick one or the other. So one of the things that I strive to do is I strive to challenge the definition of what it means to be Republican and Democrat. More Democrat, because I think I identify more with Democrats than I do with Republicans. So one of the things that I want to do, especially for black people, I think a lot of black people identify as Democrats. So I want to help redefine what that means to be a Democrat and remind people that politicians work for us and they don't, and we don't work for them. So one of the biggest issues that I see with the gun community and the gun debate issue is that we're not on a unified front. So white Americans and black Americans don't see eye to eye on anything other than firearms. And I think that's really important. So gun owners have continuously been under attack by anti-gun politicians, largely because I think, in my opinion, is because they don't have the support of the black community. Now, when you think about a gun owner and a law-abiding citizen, and you think about the NRA, you think of a white man, all right? And when you look, and I don't say this just because that's necessarily a bad thing, I'm saying that because, we don't feel like we're represented. So when you go through the course material, so whatever gun book and things that you're talking about, when you look through that material and you don't see any people that look like you, it makes it harder for you to identify with that material.